Allison King again with another video. You may be hearing snoring in the background. If so, that is my lovely dog Fred that I've shared in a previous video before. I might be able to go back and find it. It's one of my earlier ones. If so, I will put it up in one of the cards up above here. And I'm coming to you with another showcasing of excellence in Black / African American / dark colored people in the goth world, and putting out that representation and inclusion. Whenever I find something that I really love, I want to share it out in the world and put it on there because visibility is important. I in fact found a little meme. The webcam goes, yeah, found a little meme that really put forth the whole idea for me about it. It said to the effect that when you're growing up as a marginalized group of person, when you don't see a comic, you don't see a movie, you don't see a book about you growing up, that with someone that looks like you, it makes you feel excluded. It makes you feel like you're not a part of it and you feel erased. And I totally agree with that. And it's part of why I like to showcase this because it's something that helps reverse that. And in the age of social media, having more and more Black goths out there showcasing their looks and all for others to come out to join the community. It makes you feel more included, more visible, more seen and heard, more appreciated, and more like you're a part of the community, that you can be goth, you can be lovely and dark and beautiful and elegant and scary and creepy, and not let go of your culture and not let go of where you came from and who you are. So this is a Pinterest. I actually don't go on Pinterest that often. I actually found it on a share of one of my Facebook friends. And it is a lovely share of what they call punk and Afro goth. So this is a Pinterest board showcasing Black people and Gothic style, and I wanted to put it out there so y'all could kind of see some looks and get inspired by it and put maybe your own spin on it, save it for some inspiration, or just be aware of some of the looks that people are putting out at these events. So here we go with some of these great ones. And let's start with this lovely photo here. This lady right here at this festival is a really great representation of traditional goth black and white colors. And she's wearing her natural hair, which she's dyed a whitish blonde. And you can see that there is also kind of tribal vibes in here too. And I really love how she combines that with a striking color. As y'all know, I love to add purple to my looks as well. So this is one that I wanted to showcase that I think is really great. And with the name Instagram name Misfit Marty, I wanted to showcase two. One of the more all-white gothic creepy looks here with her natural hair. And I like this because it shows you can be simple but put on some exaggerated makeup and accessories and showcase your look that way too, and you don't always need expensive opulent wear to be goth. I also wanted to showcase one for the more masculine side as well because, yes, there are Black guys that do goth looks too. They just don't get the press that they deserve. And here's a lovely one using his natural hair, a little bit of leather or faux leather, and a little futuristic look here at a festival too. So here's another one I wanted to showcase. another one that I wanted to showcase that's on this Pinterest board. So those are the looks. As you can see, there's a lot on here. I'm going to put a link to this Pinterest in the description as well as pin it below so you can go back and check out all these lovely people, find out their more social media so you can give credit where credit is due and check them out for more looks if you want to, as well as if you're watching, maybe go ahead and give a shout out. I don't know who watches these videos, so hey y'all, if you see this. And so that was the main thing that I wanted to do for the video. But while I was scrolling around Facebook, I saw this little meme here and I wanted to put it out in the world. Hard for me to do so because I didn't really have a huge background enough to make it its own video. So I'm just going to tag it on here as another example of Black/African American goth representation. Often when it turns October and Halloween season and the memes come out about celebrating spooky ookie ookie and witches and darkness, we often see representation of, as we know, people that are white or white passing and the either Halloween culture with that, or we have become seeing a more uprise in Dia de los Muertos, but also, unfortunately, a bit of colonization, Columbusing, and erasure of the original history, and a little bit of whitewashing with it, sadly. We've been seeing an uprise in that as well when it comes to Halloween. But something that we've forgotten is that there's definitely darkness in the whole culture for some of us who are Black and African American or part of the dysphoria. And that is definitely, for some people, something that rarely gets put in social media, rarely goes viral. If it is shared, it's something that's usually in niche communities or in the people of color only groups, and it doesn't really get a lot of play outside of those, if any at all. So here's my little bit to put it out there in a more mainstream group, I guess, or a more mainstream world. And this was something I saw, and I was like, yeah, why aren't we seeing more of this? Why isn't this representation something that's being more shared on social media more frequently? So here's my bit to do that. Let's look at it. Who has publicly agreed to share this photo. It says, my favorite time of the years. This was posted as Halloween October season was coming up. And we see here we have, witches, black women doing voodoo, and we have culture here going on and darkness and, little creepy ghouls and skulls. And I said, yeah, I'm into that. I feel that. And it's something that I haven't really seen before when it comes to Halloween season. So I had to save and I had to share it. Now, it's something that I can't really express a lot because I'm personally not someone that practices in religion. I used to be pagan for 13 years, and then I kind of went into this whole new age kind of like, erasure of white culture spiritual thing where it's a bunch of rich people that teach you how to do spiritual stuff, because that was the only thing accessible. I didn't really have people that grew up in it near me. And so I didn't really get to learn from people that actually lived it. I kind of learned from rich people who had the money to go to the places to bring it back. But for more than 13 years, and then after experiences, I became atheist, and I've been atheist for about 3 or 4 years now. So I can't really speak much about the whole voodoo thing that's being represented here. Can't really express much about anything else about it, but I love the images, the reverence, and the inclusion of this as representation of dark, witchy, Halloween, spooky ooky. And I'm all for more of this being put out and going viral and making memes of this and having it being shared just as much as the regular witches and the more European versions and the more, Dia de los Muertos versions. So I wanted to tag that on there, and I'll put a link to this too in the video as well. So that's what I on this video. I hope you guys enjoyed me continuing to bring more representation and inclusion and sharing all these looks out there to put more visibility of us Black African goths out there, more inspiration for looks, more we out here, we doing it kind of thing, and more community so you don't feel alone, you don't feel like you're weird, and that it just becomes something more normalized. Like, yeah, you're goth and you're Black, and that's kind of it. And it doesn't become this weird thing, this outlier, this, oh, it's something so out of the ordinary. It just becomes normal, and it's something that you don't become saying, oh my gosh, it's so hard being Black and goth, or oh my gosh, it's so isolating. The more you see people like you, the more you see the representation, you have that less in your head, and it's challenging, like the everyday goth, to maybe be that offline, but in the community or off in my private space or in my own personal time, it's not something I struggle with, because I know, I see, I look, and there's so many out there that I know it's just easy for me to turn into this. I just have to build my confidence around the normies. So I am rambling, and I'm going to end it here. I may try to start adding music in the background of these videos. We'll see. If so, I appreciate your patience as I try and figure out the sound. As you can see, I'm slowly building my video expertise on my own, but it's nothing amazing or spectacular. It's bland.